Welcome back, everyone. So today I want to talk about something that I think at this point most of us are aware of, and that is AI algorithms monitoring, predicting, and influencing human behavior. And at the heart of this is a question that feels almost impossible to answer. How do algorithms predict human behavior with such accuracy? It can anticipate what we'll do next. And this process, sometimes called digital mind mapping, starts with a simple collection of data and evolves into something sophisticated. So we end up going from behavior prediction to behavior shaping. AI systems can build detailed psychological profiles and identify patterns in how we think and react and make decisions. It's as if these systems know what we're going to do before we consciously decide. The more data these systems collect, the more precise their predictions become, you see? The information you generate every second is unbelievable when it comes to the brain of AI. And most of it happens without your conscious awareness. Smartphones and other devices constantly collect data through sensors, tracking everything from your location to how you move around. Your search behavior, your scrolling habits, the speed and hesitation in your typing are all recorded and analyzed. Small micro interactions like which links you hover over, or how long you pause on a post, or which videos you skip. You're showing this thing all your online habits and preferences. Location tracking maps, not only where you are, but how you move through your environment. You have the voice analysis and emotional tone recognition that can detect stress. It can detect when you're excited. The biometric feedback from wearable devices adds another layer to it. So it tracks your heart rate variability, sleep patterns, your physical reactions, and it's tracking your feelings. Together, this creates a constant digital record of your mind and body in real time. From there, the prediction system begins to make sense of all the data. Machine learning identifies patterns across millions of interactions, and then they build predictive models to predict personal behavior. They use something like neural networks to simulate human decision making, while it learns to understand what you do and why you do it. There is habit loop mapping, which tracks repeated behaviors to forecast future choices. And micro choice prediction can determine which products you're likely to buy, which content you'll click, or how you'll react to a social post. And so what will happen is the system will adjust the digital environment in real time to influence your decisions. That way, it moves you toward outcomes that were predicted by the algorithm long before you were aware of it. If an algorithm can predict your choices, shape the environment around you, and gently nudge your behavior without you ever noticing, then the question is no longer whether you have free will online. The question is, at what point prediction becomes permission? Because the most powerful systems don't control you by force. They don't need to. You see, folks, the way they have AI set up to influence human behavior is through predictive programming and behavioral nudging. So what these platforms do is they carefully control the order in which content is presented to you. Then it uses content sequencing to guide your attention. Now, based on how you react, it can then reinforce certain ideas. So when you see a recommendation, the algorithms aren't just showing you what you like. They're slowly shaping your beliefs by consistently exposing you to perspectives the system thinks will resonate with or influence you. It will also emotionally prime you to be triggered with specific reactions while it's preparing you to accept or reject ideas without you being consciously aware. And so what happens over time, get this, when you are repeatedly encountering certain stories or themes or ideologies, that can shift worldviews and sometimes gradually push your behavior in ways that feel natural. And so your mind begins to accept particular beliefs or actions as familiar, and so you trust it. And now you find yourself making choices you think are entirely your own. How many of you know that dopamine engineering and addiction loops are built directly into platform design? Have you ever noticed that with some apps, the app at times does not send you a notification until you open the app or until it knows that you are active on your device? Social media platforms use reward schedules, meaning that the reinforcement you receive, such as likes, comments, shares, all that arrives unpredictably, which increases engagement and emotional attachment. This is why they have that infinite scroll design. Folks, have you ever noticed that when you are scrolling through social media for something to watch, your emotions start going all over the place, depending on what you see and hear? And that creates psychological dependency, you see? And what happens is the person keeps going back to the platform for a dose of emotional and psychological validation. And the algorithm knows you're coming. And folks, honestly, that's probably the scariest part, because the technology's predictive ability is now extending into crime prevention and behavioral risk management. Yes, just like the movie Minority Report. Predictive policing algorithms analyze historical and real-time data to predict potential criminal activity, and uses behavioral risk scoring to analyze a person's likelihood of committing certain acts. These models attempt to identify individuals who may be planning harmful behavior long before any action is taken. Crazy, right? I hope AI understands that it's crazy. Now, at the center of all this are massive AI and big tech power structures that operate on psychological control models. So now, behavioral monetization has turned human attention into one of the most valuable things in existence. In the attention economy, data becomes currency. Corporations now compete for influence over perception, emotion, and belief. Every click, scroll, pause, and reaction feeds a system designed to use psychological prediction and control. These companies, they shape habits. They shape desires, worldviews, social norms, and over time become the architects of our thought patterns. There are subtle signs that reveal when someone is deeply embedded inside this algorithmic influence. How many of you have noticed that the more time goes on, the more these platforms seem to be able to read your mind? Content appears that aligns with thoughts before a search is even made, right? I mean, the ads seem to predict emotional needs rather than just your simple interest. All that mood-altering content appears at moments of vulnerability. And I want you to pay attention to the next time you're feeling down or blue or even excited, See what type of content pops up based on how you're feeling. Think about it. If the algorithm knows how you feel in the moment, then it can actively shape it. Understanding this is important, folks, because awareness is the first real line of defense. When you understand that these systems are not neutral, when you recognize that what you're seeing and feeling and reacting to has been carefully organized, then you regain a small amount of agency. You see, you start asking different questions. Why am I being shown this right now? What does this content make me feel? Does it make me feel anxious, angry, validated, afraid? Does it make me like certain groups or people, or does it make me feel hatred toward certain groups or people? The moment you pause and question the feed, the spell breaks. Conscious awareness disrupts unconscious influence. Remember that. Now, opting out completely is almost impossible. These systems are embedded into work, communication, entertainment, relationships. AI lives in search engines, recommendation systems, navigation apps, hiring tools, credit decisions, healthcare. It's deciding who you should date because of these stupid apps. So the goal isn't to escape technology, it's to engage with it intentionally. You have to slow down reactions you have to limit your consumption and practice moments of silence where your thoughts aren't being shaped in real time by some invisible system. When prediction engines are optimized for profit or engagement or control instead of human well-being, polarization increases, anxiety rises, empathy fades. Many people just don't care anymore. You can see and feel it. And the danger isn't that AI becomes smarter than humans. The danger is that humans slowly stop thinking for themselves because the system is doing it for them. We really need to be able to recognize the moment when prediction becomes direction, when convenience replaces your choice, and when the loudest voice in our heads is an algorithm that learned us so well, it no longer needs our permission for it to lead us. Anyway, that's going to be all for now, and there is more to come. So please click the thumbs up button and like this video for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Everyone have a great day, and until next time, folks, as always, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.